my relationship because I realized that he was not going to propose by my deadline. I've been putting off making this video, but I keep getting questions, so let's just get this out the way. After being single for 8 years, I finally found somebody that I thought I wanted to start a life with. When I met him, I was completely over dating. I did not think that there was a future for me with a man anymore. He came into my life and changed all of that. I was so happy in the beginning of the relationship.
Wait, did she say that after being single for 8 years? Let me just rewind this for a second.
After being single for 8 years, I finally found somebody that I thought I wanted to start a life with. When I met him, I was completely over dating. I did not think that there was a future for me with a man anymore. He came into my life and changed all of that. I was so happy.
So over dating basically means that she was dating a whole lot of people at the same time. I'm assuming. Got it.
In the beginning of the relationship that I actually could not talk about him without crying tears of joy. By month 3, I was making appointments with jewelers to figure out what I wanted in terms of an engagement ring. I know that I'm hard to surprise, so I
Month 3?
wanted to be able to just give him a PDF of what I wanted and then just go let him plan the engagement whenever he was ready, and I would just say yes. The only reservation that I had was around his career. He worked in an industry that was on my do not date list due to instability, but he seemed like he had a handle on everything. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna give myself 1 year to see what the reality of his life is and what a life would look like with him. By the end of this year, I expect that I should be ready to say yes to a proposal, and I expect that he has proposed. Now, he knew before I did that I was somebody that he wanted to build a life with. He knew this very early on into the relationship. So for both of us, it was now no longer a matter of interpersonal connection that we needed to figure out, but logistical. Up until this point, we have lived our lives in very different ways. We have prepared for our future in very different ways, and we had very different expectations as to how we would track towards that future and what that would look like. As time went on, I started to realize that our differences in lifestyles and life philosophies were just too different to be.
So women are anal, honestly, bro. And I know that y'all biological clock is ticking and y'all serial dating and y'all out here meeting different people and you're trying to figure out whether or not y'all mesh on your match.com criteria and all of that. But what I found as a person that has been successfully married for 21 years and has been raising my daughter, and she's going to be 18 very soon, is that really only thing you got to do is love the person. And none of that timeline, none of that other stuff, that don't even matter, man. Industry that you in, career, none of that matters. The history of how many people you've been with matters, but really, people just don't love each other anymore, and all of these criteria is just getting out of control. And it used to just be based off of, hey, I love you, you love me, we gonna figure this out together. We'll make the adjustments as we roll, but till death do us part, sickness and in health, whatever, richer for poor, whatever the vows are, that's what we gonna rock with. And you don't even know. I'm gonna be honest with you. People that overplan their lives, they don't even know what their life is gonna be because you got a plan, and then God got a plan, and then they got a plan, and then God got a plan, and then oops, baby, oops, new career change or layoff, oops, got to move to a new city, oops, life event, somebody dies in the family or something like that, and that's what you just roll with. And it's no life planning outside of financial, because I do advocate for people to not be broke. But it's no real life planning that you can have for the life that you wind up creating or building with the other person. And so really, it's going to take love. It's going to take patience. It's going to take adjustment. It's going to take being living in the moment and excited. But I just think that we've gotten so far away from what it means to be with another person or to be open to the possibility of what if, that now you got people like this as being super anal saying, well, I broke it off with the man of my dreams. And apparently she had been talking to him or talking about him on the internet for a long time, which I believe that's a red flag. Be very, very wary and very careful of talking to people that tell all of their business online or use you as a person that is in the background as content, because I don't think that everything should be content. As a matter of fact, I think that the best relationships are the ones that you kind of keep in the tuck. And I had to learn that one the hard way. and that everything is just not meant for the internet. Yep, I can give examples of how I live my life or whatever, so on and so forth. But in order to have the most fruitful relationship, the first thing that you got to do is shut up and not tell all of your business to the friends on the internet that you think is your friends, but actually is wishing for your downfall and can't wait to do a video talking about how your relationship failed. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, but she just seems, personally, just observing her for the first time, she seems like a really pretty girl, probably got a nice personality, super anal, and that's probably the bane of her existence. And why she cannot align herself with a person that is probably best for her because they're looking for the perfect person to propose at the perfect time. And I'm going to go and get my ring after 3 months and I'm going to send him a PDF so he can take the guesswork out. What difference do it make? Get that bubblegum ring, rock out, and have a good time and see what life take you. And when it don't work, or if it don't work, or if y'all got to make adjustments, or if the kids grow up to be a certain age and then y'all decide, you know what? We had a great run and we want to keep it moving now that our kids is raised or something like that. Cool. But people are just so anal. They too much pushy.
Reconciled anytime soon. I realized that there was nothing that he could do that would make me feel comfortable saying yes to marriage with him within the year. And I realized that he was also not going to be in a place where he felt comfortable proposing within the year for the same reason. So I made the very difficult decision to end the relationship. At this age, I do not believe in sitting in a relationship.
I wonder how old she is. I have no idea how old she is.
That is going nowhere, while wishing, waiting, and hoping for things to change so that they can go somewhere. Because the reality of the situation is if someone has lived their entire life with a certain belief or exhibiting certain behaviors, it's going to take a long time for that to change. Some people may be able to show progress faster than others. That might allow you to stay in a relationship. But if you are not seeing those changes quick enough to meet your needs, what you are actually doing is you are building a relationship with a future version of them that you hope will exist at some point in time. You are not actually invested in the relationship that you have.
So he didn't do anything wrong. There wasn't no red flags. He's not a bad person. It wasn't a bunch of chicks, no baby mamas, no none of that. It's just that he wouldn't propose within a year. And so that's the reason why you decided that you wanted to walk away. He probably dodged a bullet himself because the real red flag seems like the person that's telling the story right now, to be honest with you.
Have with the person in front of you. And it is not fair to you to waste years or months of your life waiting, hoping, and wishing for them to evolve into the person you hope for them to be. And it is not fair for them to be in a relationship with somebody who does not want the version of them that is right in front of them. People can grow and people can change, but you are building a relationship with the person that's in front of you. And if you are only in the relationship because you know or you hope that they can become what you need them to be, you shouldn't be in that relationship. I saw someone else frame this really eloquently. They said one of the questions that you should ask yourself to determine if you are in the right relationship for you is if you met this person today, knowing everything that you know about them right now, would you be in a relationship with them? If the answer is no, you should not waste any more time with them. It does not matter how much.
I don't even know what's being said right now. What is this? I've heard this person say this, and if you wouldn't, I'm so confused. Maybe that's a C student in me that just be confused with what all of these ancient Chinese secrets that y'all are listening to for relationship advice. It's so weird, bro. Like the real criteria is, I don't know.
You love each other. It does not matter how happy you make each other. If you are not accepting of everything that they are right now, and if you are not tracking towards a similar future or a shared vision of your future, you should not be together. And unfortunately, that was my case. I personally would rather end a relationship on good terms where we can both look back on it with loving eyes and happy memories than to drag it through the mud until we hate each other 2 years down the line for wasting each other's time. So for the first time ever, I can say that I'm actually leaving a relationship feeling like a better person than I was when I went into it, and feeling extremely grateful for the experience.
Most people is just serial daters. They don't really want a relationship. They want the idea of a relationship. I don't think that most people really even want to get married. I just think that they want some good stories to tell. And whenever you can go into this situation and say, I walked away because of that reason, that's pretty wild to me, especially in this climate. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. T. Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm holler at you guys later. Peace.